sitting here with President George W. Bush. President Bush, I'd like to thank you first of all for sitting down and doing this interview with me this morning. I know you're a very busy man. I first want to talk with you about the cleaning crew here at Burkhalter. I understand that you spoke with General Petraeus and he had some comments to make.
I think if you asked, I did ask General Petraeus. He said there's some good news and bad news.
Okay, now the good news being we've had a lot of families and volunteers step up to clean the facilities. The bad news, I understand, being that we still need one more family or one more team of volunteers to clean up, correct?
I think it's realistic to think that.
Now it's my understanding they would need to contact Paul Rowland. He's done an awful lot of work with the cleaning schedule.
I like his spirit.
Yeah, we like his spirit too. Now, are you aware that on Saturday, June 28th, we're having a men's brotherhood meeting followed by a work day around the church?
Well, I haven't seen that yet. Your news is fresher than mine.
Yes, and I'm getting most of my information from the church bulletin. And as you can tell, Nancy Chapman is looking for volunteers to help with the nursery.
Evidently. I mean, not only evidently, yeah.
Now, are the kids that bad? Do they really need supervision?
Absolutely. They like chaos and anarchy, and out of that anarchy and chaos, they can find safe haven in the...
I see. So if someone is interested in helping with the nursery, they would need to see Nancy Chapman.
That's what I believe. And
now, Ron Hires is in charge of the buildings and grounds around the church. He's always looking for volunteers to help cut the grass. How often do you think the grass needs to be cut?
Depends on conditions on the ground.
But do you think once a week is a reasonable expectation for him to ask for volunteers?
I think that's an accurate way to, it's an accurate time frame for him.
Now, do you think the grass is getting a little high around the church?
It is, but it's significantly lower than it was a couple of months ago. And
what do you think needs to be done about getting more volunteers?
What do? Well, on the one hand, you chase them down as best as you can. You keep the pressure, constant pressure.
As you're aware, we're having the Lord's Supper tonight during the evening service.
Absolutely.
Now, do we have a plan B in case Brother Lynn forgets to bring the grape juice?
Plan B is to make Plan A work.
So you have with the utmost confidence that Brother Lynn is responsible enough to bring the grape juice for tonight's Lord's Supper?
My attitude is this is the best plan we could come up with. I thought long and hard about this. I consulted with a lot of people, both Republicans and Democrats. I obviously listened to the military, and this is the best way to achieve an objective, which is an achievable objective, in my judgment, and it's a necessary objective.
Okay. Now you're fine with Brother Lynn bringing the grape juice?
But I believe that, I believe this can work. I do, yeah.
Now, as you're aware, Pastor Chip Morgan has been the pastor of our church for about 2 months now. What do you think of his job performance?
I'm watching him very carefully when I talk to him, and I must say that he's learning how to be a leader. But he's still got a lot of work to do.
One last question. Lisa Morgan is looking for singers to participate in the Living Christmas Tree. Now, our best intelligence suggests that Brother Keith will be auditioning next week for American Idol to sing. Any response to this?
No, I can't imagine that because that's not going to be a pretty picture.
Well, thank you for sitting down and doing this interview with me, and don't forget about this evening's worship service.
I enjoyed it.